Conflicts are part of our lives. We all have conflicts. A conflict is a difference of opinion on the same subject. You say A and another person says B. For example, you want to go to the movies and your wife wants to go to a theater. Or you want to set the alarm at 7 in the morning and she wants to set it at 6. These differences of opinion are perfectly normal. The problem is that they can escalate and turn into something sinful. In this sense, it can be very useful to talk about two types of conflicts: disagreements and arguments. A disagreement is a well-handled difference of opinion where both parties respond in a holy way. On the other hand, an argument is a poorly managed difference of opinion where both parties respond in a sinful way. Why does a conflict lead into an argument? The Bible gives us the answer in a clear and conclusive way. I argue when I don't get what I want. James 4 says, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire, but you do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight." Why do we fight? Why do we argue? An argument arises when my heart is controlled by a desire, good or bad, that I am not willing to let go of. David Paulison wrote, "You fight for one reason, because you don't get what you want. You fight because your desire, what pleases you or what seems wrong, what you long for and crave, is not achieved." There's a very common phrase that we all have probably said at some point. "You made me angry," or "You are making me mad." Think about this phrase for a few seconds. What does it say? Let me translate it for you. What this phrase says is, "You are the cause of my anger. You are the reason why I acted the way I did. If you hadn't done what you did, I would have not gotten angry the way I did." Understanding James 4 is to understand that no one makes me react badly. I react badly because I am a sinner and I decided to react that way. Let's try something. Take a bottle full of water, remove the lid, shake it. What happens? Water starts to come out everywhere. Why? Most people respond in the same way. Because you shook it. No, the answer is incorrect. Water comes out because the bottle was full of water. If it had been empty or full of Coca-Cola, would water have come out of it? Of course not. Jesus said, "For it is from within, out of the person's heart, that evil thoughts come. Sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, and all sorts of things." The text says all these evils come from inside and defile a person. Let me ask you a question. What happens if you shake Christ like a bottle? How does Jesus react? How does he respond when he's insulted, assaulted, and misinterpreted? What is his response when he's spit on, mistreated, and nailed to a cross? His response, what comes out of his heart is this: Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. Do you see what happens? When I am shaking through a conflict, God uses it as a means to show me that I am not yet like Jesus. Now, if you think about it for a moment, arguments reveal what my heart truly loves. That's why it is so important to return to the question we've been asking all throughout the book. Why? Why am I angry? What is it that really hurts me? For example, let's say you're at the mall with your young children, and when they misbehave, you yell at them. Here is where I need to ask myself, why did I yell at them? Because they embarrassed me in front of others? That is, out of pride? Because I was on the phone and I lost a client? That is, out of love for money? Or maybe I got upset because we were in a hurry and they made me lose time. That is, out of wanting something too much, out of selfishness. Do you see it? My anger reveals my values. It brings to light what I love and what's important for me. Now, every time we have a conflict, the Bible teaches that there are three possible ways to respond. To illustrate this idea, I like to use the image of a traffic light. The first option is when the traffic light is in red. In this case, God asks us to forgive the person who has hurt us and to overlook their fault. The second option is when the traffic light is yellow, which means wait. In this case, God asks us to wait for the right time to show the person their mistake. The third option is when we have green light and the Spirit of God guides us to show the person their sin with great tact and with great love. Whatever way God guides you, you need to remember a key truth. Responding like Christ in a conflict is not difficult. It's impossible. Since conflicts arise from an unsatisfied heart, they can only be avoided or resolved correctly when the heart is filled with Him. In other words, the key to eliminating conflicts is contentment. The key is to realize that I'm trying to satisfy my heart with something created that I'm not getting, but the reality is that the heart can only be satisfied with the Creator.